Hello, everyone. Welcome back to today's episode on food, health, and wellness from Ram Rabs on a topic which is on arthritis. So stay tuned. Now, are your joints out of joint? All right, let's explain a little bit about arthritis. Arthritis, which causes pain, stiffness, and swelling in and around the joints, isn't just one disease, but there are actually many diseases. The most common form of arthritis is osteoarthritis, which is caused by wear and tear on cartilage, the shock absorbing material between the joints. When cartilage wears away, bone grinds against bone, which causes a lot of pain, or it causes stiffness in the fingers, knees, feet, hips, or even in your back. Now, a more serious form of the disease is rheumatoid arthritis. It occurs when the immune system, now we're talking about your immune system, instead of protecting your body, the immune system begins to attack itself. Now, these attacks cause swelling of the membranes that lines your joints, which eventually eats away at the joint's cartilage. It is now the form of arthritis most affected by your diet. Now, rheumatoid arthritis is one of the types of arthritis mostly associated with the way you eat. Now, since there's some evidence that rheumatoid arthritis is triggered by a faulty immune system and the immune system is affected by what we eat, it makes sense that for some people, diet can make a difference in how they feel. Now, diet is very key when it comes to arthritis, specifically rheumatoid arthritis. In populations that consume natural diets of mostly unprocessed fruits, vegetables, and grains, autoimmune disease are almost non-existent. Okay, so now you don't see much crippling rheumatoid arthritis in rural China, for example, because the people there eat differently than we do. Now, this is one of the things that we, as different religions, they might fast. Christianity, Judaism, do their fasts in different ways. Although many doctors aren't convinced that fasting will relieve rheumatoid arthritis pain, some specialists are convinced that it plays a powerful role. Virtually everyone with rheumatoid arthritis who fasts finds that their pain will temporarily go away by fasting. In many people with rheumatoid arthritis, the immune system works overtime attacking partially digested particles that the intestines lets escape into the bloodstream. Fasting gives the entire body, including the immune system, time to recover. In addition, if you gradually add foods one at a time to your diet after fasting, you can begin figuring out which foods are most likely to trigger flare-ups. Makes sense, right? So if you fast and you give your body time to rest and you purify yourself by fasting, you give your body a chance to say, you know what, hey, when I eat this, let's say these chips, oh my goodness, does my arthritis start flaring up? So that's a good way of doing so, by occasionally fasting and then taking in these foods while your body is actually cleansed. Now, for people who don't like the prospect of total deprivation of fasting, even for a few days, it's acceptable to drink fruit juices, vegetable juices, or herbal teas. Now, make sure these fruit juices, teas, and all that are from a reliable source, organic source, grown on your own, definitely not conventional, made with a lot of GMOs. Now, this modified fast can usually help relieve arthritis pain while providing the body with extra nutrients it needs. We're talking about 100% real food, not artificial, no added sugars. Now, while fasting is generally safe, it may be dangerous for people on medications. Now, if you have to take medication to be safe, always check with your doctor before giving fasting a try. Some people are sensitive to certain foods like wheat, dairy foods, corn, citrus fruits, tomatoes, and eggs, etc., that can switch on the body's inflammatory response. For the most part, food sensitivities are rarely involved in arthritis flare-ups. Since there are so many things that can exacerbate the pain of rheumatoid arthritis, knowing which foods, if any, to avoid can be difficult. Now, some doctors recommend by starting a food diary so that you can keep track of what you were eating around the time of a flare-up. If you discover a pattern, for example, you remember eating tomatoes shortly before an attack, you'll have an idea of what to avoid in the future. Once you've identified a possible culprit, stop eating that food for at least 5 days. Then what you want to do is try the foods again and see if the symptoms return. So that's one of a good hint to try if you're going through arthritis or any type of joint pains or rheumatoid arthritis specifically. And that will be a good thing for you to, kind of rule out what foods are causing these flare-ups. Now, there are some studies that going on a vegetarian diet for a little while will actually relieve some arthritis pains or even help to reverse arthritis by eating less proteins. Now, since the proteins found in meats may occasionally play a role in causing arthritis pain, it makes sense that following a vegetarian diet will help relieve it. Now, in one study in Norway University of Oslo, 27 people with rheumatoid arthritis followed a vegetarian diet for 1 year. After the first 3 to 5 months, they could eat dairy products if they wished. They also avoided gluten, a protein which is found in wheat, refined sugar, salt, alcohol, and caffeine. After a month, their joints were less swollen and tender, and they had less morning stiffness and stronger grip than people who followed their usual diets. Now, that's just one study that was held, and it garnered pretty good results when it came to cutting out certain meats. Now, there is a fat connection. These days, it's difficult to think of an illness that isn't made worse by diet high in saturated fats. Arthritis, it appears, has no exception. In one study, 23 people with rheumatoid arthritis were put on a very low-fat diet for 12 weeks. They also walked 30 minutes a day and followed a stress reduction regimen. People in this group experienced a 20 to 40% reduction in joint tenderness and swelling. Many of them were able to cut back on arthritis medications. People in the second group who didn't follow the diet showed no such improvement whatsoever. Now, a diet low in saturated fats reduces the body's production of prostaglandins, which are hormone-like substances that contribute to inflammation. A low-fat diet may hinder communication sent by the immune system, thereby interrupting the body's inflammatory responses. Interrupting those chemicals can help the joints get better. One way to accomplish that is by consuming a low-fat or largely vegetarian diet. Fish for relief. In one study, researchers at Albany Medical College in New York had 37 people with arthritis consume high doses of fish oil. After 6 months, these people reported having fewer tender joints, less morning stiffness, and better grip strength than those who consumed less or no fish oil. Although scientific studies often require the use of supplements, you can get similar benefits by eating the fish whole or naturally, wild caught, according to a study at University of Washington, Seattle. Researchers found that women who ate 1 or more serving of baked or boiled fish a week were less likely to get rheumatoid arthritis than women who didn't eat fish at all. Now, to get the healing benefits from fish, you need to eat it 2 or 3 times a week. Fish rich in omega-3s include salmon, bluefin tuna, rainbow trout, halibut, and pollock. Canned fish such as mackerel, herring, and sardines and tuna are also high in omega-3 fatty acids. There is actually help for wear and tear on your body. Now, for years, doctors didn't suspect that there could possibly be a link between diet and osteoarthritis. After all, they reasoned this condition is a quote-unquote natural result of wear and tear on the joints. What could diet possibly do? According to preliminary study, however, what you eat can make a difference. Researchers at Boston University School of Medicine studied the eating habits of people with osteoarthritis of the knee. They found that those getting the most vitamin C, more than 200 milligrams a day, were 3 times less likely to have the disease get worse than those who got the least vitamin C. The researchers aren't sure why vitamin C seemed to make such a difference. Since vitamin C is an antioxidant, it may protect the joints from damaging effects of free radicals, unstable molecules that can cause joint inflammation. Vitamin C may also help generate collagen, which enhances the body's ability to repair damage to the cartilage. So we do recommend that people get vitamin C every day. be it through your food, through supplementation, good organic supplementation, preferably through your diet. Now, we'll have more research and studies and some more information on arthritis with diet and what foods you can eat on a later episode. But we appreciate you all spending the time and listening to us today. And I hope this would be a benefit to anyone of your loved ones, anyone to share, like, comment, any questions on what you might want to know in the future. But thanks for watching this episode this Thursday on our podcast. And I hope you all join us next Thursday for our next one, inshallah. Y'all have a blessed day or evening and stay healthy, good, and well.